Oh, this is a blonde for real, for real. Okay.
Remember everything you said. Had to go on dreaming, dreaming. 'Cause baby, you.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. So guys, today I'm reviewing a unit by a new vendor, Mega Look. I've never worked with them before. I really be trying to work with new vendors because I like to stick with the ones I know, because the other ones be having me do too much work. It'd be too much. But I've seen this unit on TikTok and I just had to have it. So when they reached out, I finally responded. And here we are. So let's just get into this unit. Let me open this package. So I showed you guys what's in the bag, but it also has, I guess this is an adjustable elastic band. It also comes with 2 extra combs. And I haven't seen this one be included before, but it's Super Tape True Tape. So this looks like lace glue tape. I don't use glue tape. I don't use glue, but if you do, then here you are, something to try out. But now let's get into the main event, and that is the unit. Okay guys, so this is the unit in all its glory. It does appear slightly lighter. Maybe it's the same. You know, you got to just take into consideration that it is in front of the light. But it's pretty much true to color. Let's look at the lace. Now, typically when I'm reviewing blonde units, and I don't really review blonde units too often, like ash blonde units, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like my subscribers like them, at least not when I review them, but I really do. So let's look at this hairline. This hairline is actually looks pretty decent. I'm kind of impressed with this so far, just because blonde is like, it's like one of those colors that's kind of hard to blend, especially with my darker complexion. And I am kind of excited to see how this looks against my skin tone, because I don't think I've seen anybody of my complexion review this unit on TikTok. So let me show you guys the inside of this cap. So this cap construction is a little different than what I'm used to. It looks a little bit more durable. Now this is the front of the cap construction. So as you guys can see, it's plenty of parting space. I'm not really sure what these flaps are for. And there are no combs. I guess that's why there's combs included. So if you want to add the combs, you could go ahead and sew it in. Oh, I'm slow. I figured out what those little flaps are for. It's for the adjustable elastic band. So let me go ahead and put it on. Without any further ado, let's try this bad boy on. Ooh. Ooh, this is blonde. Oh, this is a blonde for real, for real. Okay. I don't know. It's different. It's a little lighter than I'm used to going, but let's see if we can make it work. I am going to adjust this elastic band just a little bit more to make it a little bit more snug. It's particularly since there's no combs. I usually like to tuck the combs in the back under the elastic band. So I want to make sure that it doesn't move. Okay guys, so this is what the hairline looks like. As you guys can see, it is plucked, so I don't have to pluck it. That is really good. And I do appreciate the fact that it's dark and not super blonde coming up off the roots. I think that will help. I'm not really a fan of color coming straight off the roots. I do prefer when it has more of a graduation from a darker color to the light. And although this is not a dark color per se, it is darker than the rest of the unit. Let's go ahead and get this installed. Let's cut this lace. Now this hairline comes down very long on my face. So you are definitely going to have to cut the sides. I'm just going to cut it up. And I want to cut the cap. Cut it up. Also, I'm going to go ahead and add some foundation powder to the scalp area, just to help that blend in a little bit better, so it's not like all white and light towards the scalp. If you're faithful to the channel, you know the two adhesives I really love using is the Even Lace Melt Spray and their Extreme Melting Spray. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my forehead. Now, if you prefer to apply the adhesive on top of the lace, you can. However, the method I prefer is on my forehead and then laying the lace on top. And no matter how often I try, I'm always going to have to double spray when it comes to those ear tabs. For some reason, those are just a little bit more resistant with laying down. Now that I have the hair secured, I am going on top of that with my wax stick just to lay down that hairline to get it all nice and neat. And I'm going to do the same along the parting space. This is going to help the install have a more polished finish. And of course, you want to just go in with the scissors and make any adjustments and cut off any extra lace that may have been left behind. Now I am combing this hair through, and at first I was starting with this thin rat tail comb, and as you can see, I did get shedding. More on that a little later in the video. And I also decided to cut a few layers in this unit. Once I was done with that, it was time for me to just curl this unit. I curled this hair effortlessly using the flat iron. And dolls, this is the finished look. Now, as you guys can see, the hair looks pretty good against my complexion. I'm just standing up so you guys can get an idea of what the length looks like. Now, if you were watching and you didn't skip through, you did notice that I did have some shedding. Now, two things I'm going to tell you guys. One, don't comb this hair using a rat tail comb. You have to understand the method that it takes to bleach a unit blonde. It literally strips the hair of its color, therefore weakening its quality. So when combing your hair, you want to make sure you use a big tooth comb to lengthen the longevity of your unit. Another tip I will say, remember that this blonde hair does stain, meaning that if you're wearing a lot of foundation and it hasn't like set in on your face, the color can potentially transfer to the hair. Other than that, guys, this is what Kai Rashawn likes to refer to as a fast fashion unit. So this is not one of those units you're going to wear every day. You want to make sure you have a couple of units in your collection so that you could switch it up. And this will prolong the longevity of your unit. Before we get out of here, guys, I'm going to need y'all help naming this beauty. What do you think we should call her? Go ahead and leave your name suggestions in the comment section down below. And I did pick a name for the unit I reviewed in my last video. The new name, as well as the person who submitted the name, will be listed across the screen. Dolls, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. And if you're not already part of the Faithful fam, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave. And while you're at it, why don't you check out these videos? You might enjoy them as well. As always important, until next time, you guys stay blessed. And if it be God's will, I'll see you in my next video.